And welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Metroid Fusion. In the last episode, we had to go to the main reactor silo here on the main deck. We actually had to travel south of where our ship was, because the power went out in the station. Yeah, the power went out in the station, and we had to go find the root cause of it. And, well, we did. If we walk out here, you'll see it for yourself. There's vegetation all over the main reactor, and it's clogging the machine up and everything. And basically, we have to go find out what the root cause of all this is. We also fought a spider boss. His name was Yakuza, and he gave us the space jump. Space jump allows us to continuously cartwheel in the air and basically make it so that we can fly. That's basically what the space jump does. So, in today's episode, we were tasked by the computer to go find the root cause, to find the root cause of the vegetation in this reactor. Okay, yeah, enough of the puns. Anyways, we were going to find what's causing all this vegetation up here and uproot the problem, if you know what I mean. Anyways, we need to come up here and we need to blow up these this passageway, because there's a small little passageway we can go with Morphle, and we can just lay a power bomb to kind of clear out the wreckage, the vegetation crap in the way. And that leads us to Sector 2. And in this room, do not by any means drop down automatically unless you know what's up here. If you guys kind of take a listen, our friend is in this room. The SAX is actually in this room, and unfortunately, unlike the other times, you can't avoid the SAX this time. As soon as you drop down this crumble block, the SAX will find you and will start attacking you. So we have to make a run for it a couple rooms later in order to do so, and we have to find a hiding spot for that while engaging with the SAX. This is probably the hardest part in the game, in my honest opinion, because the SAX, even with our power-ups, will kill us in like 3 or 4 hits. So if you get hit, yeah, you might as well just restart. And luckily there was a save room right there in case that happens. So what you need to do is just take the dive down here and then just attack it and go head on. Use your missiles to freeze it in its place, and quickly use a power bomb here, and I'm gonna get hit. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, just keep freezing it and then just keep going onwards like this. This room's gonna have doors here you need to shoot up here, and you just have to keep going up here. And as soon as you come in here, go behind this wall. The SAX won't know any difference. Could have checked, the SAX won't see it's like, oh, there's a wall, but there's a hole on top. I wonder if Samus went up there. No, I'm not smart enough to do that. But yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. That little encounter, as you saw, I got hit by it, and look how much energy it took off. Oh my gosh, I have all the items at this point. Well, not all the items, but I've got a majority of the items already. So, imagine if you had playing the first time, and that is probably the hardest section in this game. Now, in order to escape this area right here, we need to shoot missiles right here, and you can actually speedrun this section during the SAX fight by simply just, while you're running away from it, just shoot this floor right here if you know where it's at, and if you drop down here, the SAX will not get you. It can't go down here. So as soon as you come through here, you're free. But now we can explore the rest of Sector 2. The SAX just simply likes Sector 2 for some reason, because, that's the second time we've run into it on the station here in Sector 2. These wasp things, I'm going to be honest with you, I hate these things. These are probably the worst enemy in the game, in my opinion. Trying to kill these suckers is annoying. They give a lot of X-parasites, but they do a lot of damage at this point in the game. And if you remember when I told you at the beginning of the game that there was a difficulty spike. Well, yeah, this is the part where the difficulty spike is kind of getting a little bit tedious. At the beginning of the game, it's really bad until you get the various suit, and then it's a little bit manageable. But at this point with the various suit, it gets a lot harder, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Here there was a power bomb. If you remember, we were here when we were about ready to fight the jump ball monster that we fought earlier. But unfortunately, since the hatches don't work, we can't go anywhere here. But we can go up this way. And now that we have the space jump, we can just keep flying our way up here. But we want to actually go ahead and shoot this wall here. And go through this way. And kill these little red demon hopper thingies, whatever you want to call it. Because there's a power bomb expansion right here. So we got another power bomb tank. We're going to be getting a lot of power bomb tanks here in the next couple areas. Because we got pretty much majority of the missile tanks already. Here's a save room if you need it. I really suggest using it after that little incident with the SAX. It's probably a good idea to do so. Okay, I need to get you. Yeah, there we go. If you fly up here, you can run into more monsters this way. But you'll be greeted with, I believe, a hatch at the top. Yeah, you'll be greeted with hatches there, so you can't go through this door. But just to keep notice that there is stuff up here. So it's urging you to go this way. We're just so lucky that we're running into a lot of doors that just that are just open for us. But we need to shoot up here, and we'll see a bunch of these bird wasp monsters just stuck in the vines. I'm just going to go ahead and just release them and kill them that way. One little attention to detail is whenever you do enough damage to them, sometimes they'll drop their wings and fall to the ground, start hopping around on it. You'll see their wings start falling off yeah, right here like this. You see the animation of the wing falling down to the ground. I love that, like, little attention to details and stuff like that. But we're going to jump up here because there's a boss door right here. Yeah, we're about ready to fight a boss. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for the big tumor-looking eyeball to give me my red X. As soon as we do that, we're automatically dropped into the boss arena. This is Natori. Natori is the plant boss of Sector 2. And one thing he will do is he has two little things right here that will shoot little spores at you. And honestly, it goes in a pattern. And the best optimal way to deal with it is to go into Morph Ball, and they just go right over you on this platform. Now, one thing I will explain to you about is, well, if you get knocked off and land into those big flower plants, they start sapping your health. And not only that, they start hurting. It's hard to jump out of it because it's water. So just be careful. You can clear out the spores with regular beams, but your main target is Natori itself. Natori is right here, and you just keep launching missiles at it. Whenever spore comes by, just drop into warp ball form real quick, and you'll just dodge it. It's really easy to dodge it. I've learned the pattern of this boss a lot because, well, I died a lot during this part. When I was younger, my first playthrough, you can use the power bomb and it does damage it. But once you get to a certain point, his head, Natori's head, will just go away and you start shooting beams at you. And you just have to watch this pattern where the beam comes over and just jump accordingly or duck accordingly. And just keep launching your missiles at it. It starts changing form to how far he's about to die when he gets to that point. And if you do enough damage, you'll reveal its Core X. So we're about ready to get another beam. So you just have to come over here and just shoot a missile at its eye when it's open. So just keep jumping over it and just keep doing this. This boss isn't like, now I make it really easy, but this boss kicked my butt first couple times playing, and now it's with this, I found the strategy on how to avoid the spores really effectively while dishing out damage. It's become a really easy boss. But we've got the plasma beam ability recovered. Beam now pierces enemies. We've got the most powerful beam in Samus's arsenal. It's not the last one, but it's one of, by far, the most powerful in Samus's arsenal in the Metroid games. This beam does a lot of damage. And not only that, it, like the description says, it pierces enemies. So it goes through one enemy and it hits another one. It can't go through walls, unfortunately, but it can pretty much just clear out enemies, rows of enemies, like you'll see in the next room right here. This is a good example of what the plasma beam can do. It'll just go through multiple enemies and just tear them to shreds. The plasma beam is amazing, and it's usually the last upgrade to your beam in most Metroid games. Most Metroid games, you get the plasma beam very late game, but in Metroid Fusion, they kind of give it to you, not early, but it's a little bit over the halfway point in the game. So we're just gonna go ahead and just tear these bird creatures that was giving us trouble for the longest time really effectively here. And now, with everything all said and done, we can get attacked by 3 of these dudes here. I'm just going to go ahead and just kill a lot of them here. We're going to actually backtrack just a little bit, because there is actually an area that we can now go to since our last trip. And we can actually go to it real quick. And it's not too far. We just come over this way, and we go through here. Now, if you remember in this room, this is kind of when we were first here in Tro, this was kind of our first area, like the main area. We're outside the boss room, the jump ball area. And if we come up here, you'll notice that if you remember this place, there was cocoons here, and this cocoon was blocking its path. Well, when the cocoon emerged and the bird wasp creatures came out of the cocoons from the caterpillars, it now had left a husk, and now we can actually access this area. We couldn't do it before, so now we can. If we come in this room, we can actually do this little puzzle right here. You're going to shoot an ice beam here, and I did kind of screwed this up, but you want to shoot the turtle right here, and you want to shoot the other turtle when he's like halfway through the middle pillar here, like that, because you want to give yourself enough room to inch out here and then jump up this way. That's the one you want to do. As soon as you do that, you get a power bomb expansion. And if you keep falling down this crumbly block, there's another expansion right underneath it. So there's 2 power bomb expansions in this room alone. So just keep that in mind. It's really kind of hard. That I made it look easy, but trying to do that is really hard, because those platforms right there, I'm shooting underneath the turtles, are crumbly blocks. So as soon as you go through it, you'll fall down. So just keep that in mind whenever you're going through here. And we can kind of just make our way back. I do believe I need to go back to the way I came. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Because there's a couple of other things I'd like to go get. And I'm just getting beat up by these waspers. I hate wasps. Wasps are his nature's jerk. I hate wasps so much. They have no reason to exist, in my honest opinion. And I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, dang, I was going to try to do Shine Spark, but that didn't work out as well. Because there's a giant hole in the floor. Jeez. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just fly up here. Of getting hit by more enemies here. Good thing I have a lot of energy. We're going to go through this door. This door leads to looks like a dead end, right? Now, if you know this game by now at this point, you'll know that not every room is an empty room. If you jump up here, you'll notice Samus grabbed onto a ledge. And you come up there, and sure enough, there is a secret room in here with a secret expansion. Shoot this part of the wall right here, and there's an energy tank right there. And now we've started our 2nd bar of health. Yeah, there's 2 bars of health, each with 10 energy tanks each. So we're starting our 2nd row here. And we're just going to keep on coming down this way and shredding these enemies with the new plasma beam that we just got. And we're just going to come back into this room, place a power bomb, because that's what this block is, a power bomb block. And we're just going to make our way back to the navigation room now that we've unclogged everything. The power has gone back to the station now that we've gotten rid of Natori. Yeah, for some reason, just killing a source of vegetation just automatically just gets rid of all the roots. It doesn't work that way. It isn't magic, folk. It isn't magic, you know? Alright, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna talk to Mr. Computer. Alright, Mr. Computer, what do you have to say now that I've fixed everything? What? You've restored plasma beam functionality. Most unexpected. Even so, continue to avoid the SAX. It too may be stronger. And you still lack a few abilities crucial to survival. Wait a second. More trouble. Hold on. Long ellipses later. I've isolated the cause. There's been an explosion in the ARC data room. They finally got to it, huh? Samus, go to Sector 5. Is your objective clear? Yes. The damage is staggering. Find out what's causing it. So, our next objective is to go to Sector 5 and find out what happened here. So, now that we've got our next objective, but I'm going to end it here. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Metroid Fusion, we're going to head into Sector 5 and find out what caused the explosion in the ARC data room. So, with that, I'll see you guys in the next episode.